Hello everybody, Michael here. We are doing some more MTGO. I apologize, you guys are gonna hate me. There's two things that you're probably gonna hate me for. One, this is another mono black game. I apologize for that. Second, this is another post commentary. I apologize for that again. I just wasn't really in the mood to do live commentary, but luckily MTGO did save both of these games from this match, so I decided to record them for you. And this is with our Evo Aggro deck, and I am extremely pleased with this deck as of now. It's been winning more and more consistently against those top tier decks ever since I've sort of refined it after my feature on Kevin's channel, and I just want to thank everyone who commented and left a suggestion to sort of improve it, because it's really helped it out and it's winning much more consistently now, which is definitely what I like to see. I've been having sort of a little bit of a lost streak, so which is why I wasn't really in the mood to make a live recording, but not with the Evo Aggro deck, but with some of my other decks, which is a sign that I should probably go back now and take a break from Evo Aggro and refine some of my other decks, specifically my Izzet's Elementals deck. That one needs a little bit of work, a few kinks to get out of that, as well as my Boros Burn deck, which I believe I have a deck tech on this channel for. If not, I'll throw one up there for you guys. But we are going to be on the play, trying not to spoil anything for you guys this time. And there is our hand. So a really good starting hand for us. I wanted to keep this because we had 3 lands. Sadly, we don't have any stomping grounds, so we couldn't get a turn 1 experiment one out there. But luckily, we still have a decent amount of stuff to play. We are playing mono black, and as with 1 mana with mono black, it is a Thoughtseize on turn 1. Not exactly what we want to see, and it's sort of ideal for him. And he takes out our Ramper, our Sylvan Caryatid. It's fine with us, actually, because we have another one, as well as we have plenty more ways to ramp. I'm assuming he thought we were going to ramp into something a lot bigger, but, you know, that's not what this deck does. This ramp takes some smaller guys and makes them bigger with Renegade Graces. So we're going to play our other Gruul Gilgit and get our experiment one out there. He is going to turn to Pack Rat, so this is pretty much Mono Black's ideal set for Pack Rat, and now's the point where I'm sort of worried, because it is a scary thing to go up against, but I have faith in my deck, and I have faith in its speed. So we are going to get an Evolve trigger off of Experiment 1. I just wanted to get damage off right away rather than waiting for anything else, as well as Sylvan Caryatid just provides an extra blocker for a couple of turns to Pack Rat rather than something like Gyre Sage. And we pull our Renegade Krasis, which is one of our key cards, and we do have we have enough mana to play it and get some Evolve triggers off. So he is going to play another Pack Rat. So he has Thoughtseize and double Pack Rat, which, you know, when you're mono black, what more can you ask for? So he doesn't even need to discard a card, and he gets 2 Pack Rats now. So we play our Gyre Sage. Now's the time where we sort of want to try and race him. So I play my Gyre Sage, and then I use the Sylvan Caryatid to ramp. Well, no, actually, I guess not. I was thinking of playing Renegade Krasis to evolve Experiment 1 and also just have him out there. I was still worried about him possibly just using some removal rather than building Pack Rat and taking my Renegade Krasis. Renegade Krasis was sort of one of my key elements, I thought, to sort of racing Pack Rat, so I decided to sort of play a little bit safer and just get Gorehouse Chainwalker there, because he still evolves both my guys and still allows me to swing in for 3. So we are putting him on a pretty hefty clock now. We are beating him as of now. He does not play anything, so I can tell he's going to be leaving up mana to get a card out there for Pack Rat. We get our Renegade Krasis out there, which gets another Evolve trigger off of Gyre Sage. And we then don't do anything, because I want to race him in a board state and be able to beat him with that, because I was confident that I could probably beat him just building my board state up, and I knew evolving Renegade Krasis would get a lot of evolve triggers off of my other guys. So he is going to discard a card at my end step, so his Pack Rats are going to be virtual 4/4s as of now. But we pull a Splatter Thug. I figured it still evolves Renegade Krasis, and then it allows me to get another evolve trigger off from Deadbridge Goliath, as opposed to doing it the other way around. So we get an evolve trigger off, and he doesn't do anything. And he has we have plenty of power on the board now. And so I don't see him use a removal, so I figure, you know what? Let's use the extra mana from Gyre Sage for once and get Deadbridge Goliath out there to get another Evolve Trigger off. But here he learns his lesson and decides to kill off Renegade before he gets that other Evolve Trigger off. But at this point, the damage is sort of done. We made him use his mana so he can't discard another card, which is exactly what I was hoping for if he did have removal. Not hopefully it wasn't sort of removal that didn't cost him 3. So he doesn't have enough to play his discard for another Pack Rat, which is awesome, which means our guys are extremely huge right now because we still get Evolve Triggers off of Experiment 1 and Gyre Sage off of Deadbridge. Even though we didn't get an extra one off Renegade Krasis, it's alright. Our Gorehouse and our Splatter Thug already have 4 power. Our Gyre Sage is now a 5/6, and Experiment 1 is a 5/5, so we're still hefty on the board. And he plays a Mutavault on his turn and slaps down Underworld Connection, so I can definitely tell that he is going to have to search for some answers here to answer to my really, really sizable board. We had some pretty awesome draws. And on my turn, we pull a Gorehouse Chainwalker. I decided not to throw it out there. It really didn't serve any purpose. So here I didn't bother attacking with Gyre Sage. I wanted to leave a blocker back just in case, because on his turn, just in case something happened and he removed one of my guys. He has Mutavault, so he has technically an extra Pack Rat. So his Pack Rats are virtual 4/4s, plus discarding a card would be virtual 5/5s. So we didn't really want that to go on, but I wanted to attack enough that would make it seem like I would have a Gore Clan Rampage or something, because we are striking for 18 damage, which is lethal, even without him. Even if he blocked, I'm bluffing that I have a Gore Clan Rampage or something, so it's still forcing his block, and he still has to block my guys. But here at this point, I'm perfectly fine with trading, and he trades with one of my guys just to keep a couple of his Pack Rats. He also blocked my Deadbridge Goliath, I believe, to just reduce the amount of damage he took, and he did try pulling an answer with his Underworld Connections, but sadly he did not get anything. So as you can see, just the really good draws on our turn, and we can even race a Thoughtseize turn 1 double Pack Rat game against Mono Black. So even against, really, really good draws for him, I mean, we got really good draws as well, but we were just way ahead on the board, which was awesome. This is definitely what I like to see from my deck, and as you can see, it's just so much fun having Gyre Sage, a 5/6, such a beastie elf. So that is game 1. We are going to be moving to game 2 now. Sideboarding wise, sideboarding was sort of easy. I mean, I played against so much Mono Black, so the Plummets came in because I knew he was playing Desecration Demon. The Destructive Revelries also came in to get rid of his Underworld Connections in the off chance we are a little bit behind and we don't want him to pulling it too far ahead with that card advantage. So that was the reason behind that. I believe I took out one Gyre Sage and one Rakdos Cackler, as well as my Gruul Charms. Gruul Charms in the Mono Black matchup don't really go off too well. It can kill off Night Veil Spectre, but we have Plummet for that anyways. So he is on the play, and we decide to keep this hand. It is a very, very good hand for us as well if we pull into a red source. But regardless, oh no, we already played a red source. Never mind. My bad. We pulled the Burning Tree Emissary off of our draw, so that is good for us. So we have our 3 mana, we have our Ramper, we have our Evolving Dude, and we have multiple ways of evolving. So very, very good hand for us as well. No turn 1 Thoughtseize from him, which is awesome. So we are going to Rakdos Cackler. On his main phase, he's just going to get rid of that Cackler. He definitely knows how fast my deck is now, and he definitely probably sideboarded in a lot more removal to sort of alleviate that. But it's all right with us. I'm more confident that we have more threats than he has removal, so I'm just gonna slap down my Gyre Sage. Plan was from here was, I believe, going play the land and then Burning Tree, get an Evolve Trigger off Gyre Sage, and then into Sylvan Caryatid to get some more threats on the board, and hopefully build up to a Gore Clan Rampager. So he turn 2 Thoughtseizes us. Oh, sorry, turn 3 Thoughtseizes us. Probably just to get a little bit more information. and he decides to take out a Gorehouse Chainwalker. He doesn't want to be caught out with that extra pump from us, as well as he probably doesn't want us to just play it as a regular creature. So we could play a Gruul Guildgate. We just Burning Tree into Sylvan carried it regardless. We got our Gyro Sage going, and we have more ramps, so we can pretty much play any card in our deck now. So now is just the time of pulling those threats. So we are going to attack for 2, get him down to 18, and now the race is on. Luckily, we do not see Packrat, so he is probably playing more of a removal standpoint, hopefully pulling into a Desecration Demon or something. So I definitely want to try and race him before it becomes any sort of threat, and at the point where I can potentially just burn him with blood to finish him off. So he's going to be taking 4. He's already down to 14. Awesome for us. He missed his land drop. So he plays Lifebane Zombie. You know, that's all right. Sort of a guaranteed when I'm playing against mono black, they always sideboard, in this Lifebane Zombie sometimes screws us over, sometimes doesn't. He is going to take our Burning Tree out of our hand, which sort of sucks. We can't chain in anything else, but we pull into another threat, so it's perfectly all right with us. And at least this threat, we can evolve our Gyro Sage. So here we can evolve Trigger off, make it a 3/4, so it's good enough to block Lifebane Zombie. But I had blood in my hand, but I didn't want Lifebane Zombie to even block any damage. I wanted to just get as much damage as I can with my creatures out there. So what I wanted to do was just get rid of Lifebane Zombie, because my guys can't block him anyways. I just don't want him to kill off one of my guys in a trade or something. So I'm just going to get him out of there. I don't want to trade any of my guys, so I want to swing in there for full damage for 5. Bring him down to 9. Now he's in the danger zone, and he does not pull anything he needs. We did have 3, 6, 7, 8 damage on the board next turn, and depending on what we drew, we could probably have killed him possibly next turn, depending on what we drew into. So yeah, I didn't want to spoil this match, but as you can see, this is honestly what most of my mono black matchups have been like, and it's really, really awesome to see that my deck is actually proving quite awesome against that top tier deck. And there are some kinks, of course, to work out. I mean, this deck would be so much better if it had Pelucranos instead of Deadbridge Goliath, as well as Stomping Grounds, Temples of Abandoned instead of Gruul Guildgates. But, you know, we do what we can, and, you know, just seeing how well this deck is doing right now is awesome, 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 and really, really fun to see. So I definitely hope you guys enjoyed watching this quick game. Apologize for the post-commentary, plus it being another mono-black matchup, but I will definitely try and make more of a small series type thing, and where I can include more of my losses, actually, just so I can get some more input on some of my other decks, because I think now my Evo Aggro deck is at the point where I can sort of take it to FNM or something like that and be quite strong with it. Now I sort of want to revisit some of my older decks and show some of my different ideas I've been working on, and get some new decks going, so I can get some more new content for you guys rather than showing you guys this deck now, because I think this deck is good for now, and I can sort of take a little breather from it and try and refine some of my other stuff, such as my Izzet Elementals deck. I do need to work on that a little bit more, as well as my Boros Control deck that I've been working on. I'm still working on that one, but I think I have a deck tech for that on my channel. If I don't, I'll make one up for you guys just so you can see what I'm working with, and hopefully you guys can leave me some input on that deck. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.